Hi, I'm Evan Reinheimer. I'm here in beautiful Key West to exhibit at the Old Island Days Art Festival this weekend. Thanks for watching. This weekend I'm on my way down to Key West to exhibit in the Old Island Days Art Festival. This will actually be the first major event to take place in Key West since the pandemic began. So there's a lot riding on things this weekend, not just for artists, but for the city of Key West. The festival is put on by the Key West Arts Center, and normally they have two shows every year. They have a craft show in January, and then they have the art festival in February. And this year, because of COVID, they combined the art festival and the craft festival into one festival that takes place in February. They also moved the festival this year from its regular location on Whitehead Street, which is right in the middle of town, to the Truman Waterfront Park, which is just a little bit outside of town, but only a few blocks past where the show used to be. So hopefully that won't make a big difference and people will still know the show is going on and come out and support all the artists. But of course, any reason to go down to Key West is a great reason. So I'm looking forward to a great weekend down there exhibiting at the Old Island Days Art Festival. The show takes place in Truman Waterfront Park, which is a new park that's right on the water, right next to the cruise port. Because of COVID, booths were spaced out by 6 feet. The walking area is much wider here than at the previous location on Whitehead Street. Okay, it's Saturday after the show. The show today was a little strange. It started off really busy early in the morning and then the crowd died out by like 1 o'clock. It was pretty thin. Sales were fair, not what I expected or was hoping for, but still a fair day. An important thing to note here, in my show notes from the show last year, I checked those, and the biggest sales that I had at the show last year shipped to Europe, and people from Europe probably aren't here in Key West right now because of COVID, so that could make a difference for a lot of artists here. I just closed up the booth. It was really hot today, pretty windy too, and I'm going to ride my bike into town with Katie. Katie's here with me. There's a really good vegan restaurant in town called The Cafe. If you're ever in town, it's worth checking out. And then we're gonna get takeout from there, and our hotel has an awesome rooftop patio that we can eat on. So we're gonna go enjoy that and then enjoy watching the sunset from up on the patio. Even though the show wasn't what I had hoped it would be today, I'm still going to take advantage of being here in Key West because, like I said in the intro to the video, there's really no excuse to not come to Key West. Alright, so it's the end of the day on Sunday now. I'm about to start breaking down. The crowds were a little bit lighter today on Sunday than they were on Saturday, but the buying energy was higher and I sold more work today. That seemed to be kind of the consensus among everyone that I spoke to. Spoke to some artists who did great and a few who didn't do so well. My sales were down a little bit from last year and I didn't quite hit my goal. And like I said earlier in the video, my larger sales last year went to customers from Europe, and they're not here this year because of COVID. I spoke to another artist who said that they were really missing out on the cruise ship passengers that are usually in town. There's a lot of positives about the new show location here. One being that we were able to set up on Friday, which was awesome. There's a lot more space out here at this new location than there is on the street. There's also limited parking here at the new location, and I know that the lot got totally full. Some people were waiting for parking spaces and ended up leaving before finding one, so they couldn't come to the show. So I think that with the attendance at the show this weekend, maxing out parking, that can be a problem in years going forward when there are more people in town, when COVID isn't as big of a factor. There might not be any room for any more people to park anyway. I spoke to the director, and she let me know that she was going to be sending out a survey to artists after the show to ask how they felt about the new location compared to the old location. They haven't made a determination on whether they're going to use this new location for future years at the show or whether they'll be moving it back onto Whitehead Street for future shows. She also wasn't sure if they were going to keep the arts and crafts show that's usually in January combined with the art festival that takes place this weekend in February. So I think I have 2 or 3 weeks off, and then I do a show in Naples, and then I'm not really sure what happens after that because most of my spring festivals have been canceled. So you can stay connected to what I'm up to on my social media, on Instagram and Facebook, and also see my show schedule and my artwork on my website. Thank you so much for watching.